Why Merab and Aljo works as a duo in combat sports when so many others don't last. I mean, it's not a secret that in combat sports, long-term friends often turn into rivals, and it often feels inevitable. And you can see this not only in combat sports, but in the warrior culture in general. Two warriors that are of the same level and that are friends are almost bound to face each other at some point. For instance, Hashirama and Madara, they were friends until they weren't. Naruto and Sasuke, they were friends until they weren't. Masvidal and Colby Covington, they were friends until they weren't. Usman and Gilbert Burns, they were buddies, friends, until they fought. And then the friendship became weird. I can go on and on and on with different examples. Even Goku and Vegeta, they were friends until they weren't. And I'm talking about the Majin saga. But how can this phenomenon be explained? Why can't fighters be friends on the long term? One of the main reasons why two fighters or teammates can't stay friends forever is fighting in the same weight class or the same organization. You see, that's what happened between Colby Covington and Ore Masvidal. If they weren't in the same weight class, none of this would have happened. None of this would have happened. Covington would have just called out someone else. Then again, their friendship was known. His career was dying. Even if he was winning the last fight, it was going to get cut. So maybe perhaps it still would have happened unless Ore Masvidal was in another organization. An example of a team that understands this is Team Khabib, the team Nurmagomedov. They have so many different fighters. Hardly any of them fight in the same weight class. And if they got two people that are fighting in the same weight class, they fight in different organizations. For instance, PFL. The only exception to that rule was when Khabib and Islam were both fighting at lightweight, but it was understood that they would never fight. And this is the next point that's very important. The reason why so many of these friendships don't last and turn into rivalry is because there is always the option that they can fight if they're in the same weight class. Example, Usman versus Burns. Even though they were teammates, they were open to the idea. To be honest, it's Burns. Personally, I had the experience at a competition that I wanted to join, that I started training. One thing led to another, and I became friends with someone. And I didn't even think too much of it because we was training together, we was vibing, and what happened is that we found out that we were in the same weight class. And because I liked the person so much, I didn't want to fight. Because I didn't want to get paired up with him, because I believed that we were evenly matched in terms of skills, so they would have most likely made us fight one another. So that kind of put me off from that competition. That would have been my first MMA competition. So this is to tell you that sometimes in order to maintain the friendship, you can't be in the same weight class. And last and not least of the reasons why these friendships never tend to work out is often inferiority complex, jealousy, and envy. Is one of those. When envy creeps in the heart of someone, it's dangerous. But when it creeps in the heart of your friend, oh boy, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. And those things, it's not overnight. It's something that was brewing slowly, germing like a seed or a weed. And now it just sprouts out. And when you look at all of those, look at Vegeta. He envied Goku. He was jealous of Goku. He thought it was better than Goku, but in reality taught him the opposite. And in the Majin Buu saga, he became evil just to beat Goku. Now that we understand why these friendships do not work, what makes Merab and Aljo's relationship different? The first and most important thing is that these guys got a genuine brotherhood. Sometimes there's a fine line between being teammates and friends, and that line often gets blurred. You're my teammate, I hang out with you all the time because all I do is train. But do we hang out outside of training? Do we know each other's family? Do I truly see you as my brother and want the best for you, just like a brother would for his sibling? And this brings the next point. You would never fight your brother. And Aljo and Merab clearly forbade each other to fight the other, meaning it's not even an option for them. That fight is not even something that is an option. When Aljo was champion, Merab was literally refusing to fight Aljo, and he was fighting anyone but Aljo. When asked, they will constantly praise each other. When you ask Aljo who he thinks is the best fighter, Aljo says Merab. When you ask Merab who do you think is the best fighter at bantamweight, he will say Aljo. When they say something like that, even the media can't start a story or try to instigate something because they're saying no, the other guy is the best fighter. But one thing that makes this duo not only great and functional in terms of friendship is the fact that they share data with each other in order to help one another boost their performance. How do you think Merab beat O'Malley? He used the data and insights that Aljo gained from that fight to implement into his game plan against O'Malley. See, this is what friends do. They help each other climb the ladder. And lastly, the reason why this friendship will never turn into a rivalry is because Aljo moved up a weight class. I believe he's at featherweight now. So that means that they don't need to fight. There's not that threat anymore. Aljo is fighting the people at featherweight and Merab is fighting the people at bantamweight. But yeah guys, do you guys know any other duo that's better than Merab and Aljo? Let me know. So yeah guys, it's your favorite YouTuber, Tenam's Goal. If you like this video, you can click here or just go on my profile, subscribe, and there's much more videos like this. And also check the link in the description to help support the people of Palestine. They don't want me to talk about it. Please do show support. And yes, until next time. قالوا إنها وعد نحن عصبة الأسد فأتاهم زحفنا زائلون للأبد.